everyone, my name is MoodleCloud from the Department of General Art Studies, K University, and our lesson today is on MoodleCloud. MoodleCloud is an open source learning management system creation and management platform developed by Moodle. Aside all the other learning management systems from Moodle, MoodleCloud was purposely developed for people who are not tech savvy, and it's so simple to install and use. It was developed so that those who are not tech savvy, that's people with the skills of handling technical tasks like software installation to servers, handling of upgrades, and management issues, can have this taken care of by Moodle itself in the background whilst they take care of the content management. Moodle has heavily been used in the academic and non-academic spheres for learning activities and management, as well as collaboration. It's a simple service that offers a great way to quickly set up your own learning management system. And with all the competition that we've got in the learning management software development space, Moodle has also got a great service to offer with its freebies, as well as simplicity for use by non-tech savvies. So, why choose MoodleCloud? Not everyone who is interested in creating an LMS is a tech savvy. Thus, having the skills of handling tasks like software installation to servers, handling of upgrades, and many other technical tasks that come along with learning management system creation. So, MoodleCloud takes care of all this. MoodleCloud is developed for small schools and companies who have no budget for LMS. Thus, MoodleCloud is entirely free. There are frequent updates from the developers to keep you on top of issues of security, as well as improving user experience and flexibility. MoodleCloud is also responsive out of the box, meaning that no matter the device you want to use, you can still access your MoodleCloud site. It includes a free version of Big Blue Button, a solution for online video conferencing, including videos, audios, whiteboard, and desktop sharing features. Despite all these features, Moodle has also got some downsides. You are limited to only 50 users on your Moodle site. You have access to only 200 megabytes of disk space, and therefore you need to make use of external file hosting and sharing sites in case you need to make use of larger file sizes. You have access to only core themes and plugins from Moodle. You have access to be the administrator of only one LMS site with your account. And the Big Blue Button session that we have in Moodle can only allow 6 users with no video recording options. There are also ads in the footer, which you can turn off with $5 Australian per month. So this would be the flow of today's lesson. Since we are all instructors, we would first set up a MoodleCloud site for ourselves. We take an overview of the teacher's default interface. Then we go through the tasks of creating an assignment, creating a quiz, managing a course, handling a gradebook, posting and embedding videos from external sources, generating a course report, editing a course section, enrolling learners, managing a forum, laying out a course, and uploading a file. So let's dive in and explore MoodleCloud. So you open up your browser, and in your address bar type moodle.com/cloud. So here we are on the home page. You can read through what they've got here, the text. Why did we make MoodleCloud? Our cloud technology designed for small users includes the Big Blue Button and most of the things we've talked about. So you can just click on the button down here, get a Moodle site now, or you come up here, the same button. So this is the sign up page for the MoodleCloud account, and you've got 5 steps to go through to do your sign up. So for the first step, what we need to do is to enter our site address. No, because it will be hosted by Moodle on their server, all you need to enter is your site name, then .moodleclouds.com. So let's call this Noble Teach Moodle. You select the host country, and it's advisable you select the host country which is nearest to you. We're going for the USA. And then let's do a captcha verification to show that we are not robots. Okay, so our captcha verification shows up. Select our images with mountains. This has got the mountain. This. Verify. And we can now get our site. So we enter our name. So Noble, family name. Here, Kuz. Then my email, noblecuz@gmail.com. My phone number is already loaded in there. My time zone, Accra. So MoodleCloud site terms and conditions, you can read through. They've got some nice terms in there. So to continue, you first need to agree to that. We agree, then we continue. We've got a problem there with our phone number. I have to change this. Ghana. Right. I change that to Ghana. Time zone. Let's get back to Accra. All the details are intact. We continue. Good. Now you are supposed to receive a confirmation. Okay, I've had mine. 38, 6, 7. Right. So I've entered my authentication code. Then I continue. Just simple steps that you need to go through to set up your Moodle site. So I'd have to create a password. Call. So my password is set. Save and proceed. Hey presto, you wished it. Now you have your own Moodle site. So let's jump in and continue creating a perfect learning space. So let's log in. So here we are, our new Moodle site is ready. And the interface might look scary at first sight, but there are always easy ways to go around it. So we have here a series of blocks in our main page. So let's briefly look at what we've got here. We have the site title up here. This is where you change the site language, Then to the stream end here, we have the user icon, where you have the username and probably the profile picture when you get that updated. We've got the dashboard, so you can navigate through this and see all the features you've got in here, as well as the logout button. This is where you log out of your site. So the first block we have in here, in the sidebar, it's called the navigation block. It comes by default. Now the navigation block gives you the option of moving around your Moodle site. So the dashboard which we have here is the same as we have up here. So it takes you to your dashboard where you can manage all the activities in your site. Then we have the site pages. In here you can see all the links we have here. The first participants gives you the option to see all the participants on the page. We've got the site block where you go in to see all the blocks in the site. The site badges, that's the Moodle badges, you get to see them all here. The notes are also here. Tags are also here, and then the calendar where you can assign activities and events. Now we've also got courses navigation tab. Now this opens up and shows you all the courses that you've set up. You see all the details of the courses. As you can see here, we've got introduction to Moodle. This comes by default and comes when you set up your Moodle site. So you've got participants, where you get to see all the participants in that course, in that particular course. You've got the badges, see the welcome notes. All these were created by Moodle. So you can create your own when you start creating your activities in your Moodle site. From the navigation block, we move on to the administration block. Now, this block is very important, and I would advise you always keep it around. Don't get rid of it. Most of the options here are for administrative purposes. I've got 10 editing on. Anytime you want to add any activity into your learning management system, you'd have to turn on this before those options will be available to you. You can edit your settings here. You see the users that you've enrolled, permissions and groups, that's creating cohorts and all that. You get to see them all here. The permissions give you access to alter permissions having to do with users and the activities they can undertake on the page. We've got filters. No, we've also got the backup. That's in cases where you save your entire Moodle site. Where you save your entire Moodle site and you want to restore, you make use of these two buttons. So we back up your site and you restore your site. This way, we've got a question bank. So you can build your own question bank, import or export questions into your bank. And this block we have here, the add block, all right, is used for adding other blocks that you can't see right now on your page. There are many blocks in MoodleCloud, and you can see all of them here, from activities, admin, bookmarks, blog menu, calendars, community, and many other blocks. Now you've got our main page, which is here in the middle. This is where you see the thread of activities that are going on the page in your Moodle site. You can add an activity yourself or add a resource in the form of a quiz, a course activity, anything, a news, a notice. They can all come in here. So we see them threaded down to the page for our users. Then we've also got the comments block, where you get to see the thread of comments. You can also make comments yourself. So this is the default MoodleCloud interface. Add a quiz activity to our learning management system. To do that, you would have to make sure that you turn on your editing if it's not already on. My editing is on. I'll do this by clicking an activity in the area where I want my quiz to appear. I click this button once, and then I see all the activities here, followed by the resources. I move to the quiz activity, select it, and then right to the side here, you see an information about how to effectively add your quiz activity. After reading through, you can just click on your add, and then it opens up in a new page, adding a quiz activity. Now this information box, the question mark here, gives you more information. You can click that when you need help in doing something. So we have our first quiz. We have to give it a name. So let's call this knowledge test. Let's call this ICT knowledge test. Right. And then course description. This is to test your prior knowledge in ICT. Right, this is enough. We've got some more options down here. I think it's worth going through. You can look through it yourself and explore. You get to see when your quiz would open. You open your quiz, and then when the quiz should be closed, the time limit, you can enable this, and then you activate that. You can see all the other options that you can set with your quiz. You've got the grades options, where you can specify the pass mark, as well as the number of attempts users can have with the quiz. Then the grading method. When you give multiple attempts, you can choose to give the highest grade, choose the average or the first attempt, and then we also have the last attempt. We can explore all this, and then we get to see the features we've got in there. We've also got something interesting here, the review options. Now, during the attempt, you can give your learners the opportunity to review their questions. So during the attempt, immediately after the attempt, later while the quiz is still open, after the quiz is closed, you can check all the options that you want them to be able to review. You can click on the question mark so you get to see the tips that Moodle has for you there. So let's just save this for the purpose of this exercise, and for the sake of time, let's just save this and see how it will display. So click on save. So here we are, ICT knowledge text. This is to test your prior knowledge in ICT. So we have no quiz activities, it's a blank quiz, and so all we have to do is to add a quiz. So to do this, we click on edit quiz, or you get to add our questions to the quiz. There are multiple question types that you can add to your quiz. The first option we have here is the maximum grade. You can specify this by changing the value 100 or 10. Let's leave that at 10. Then we can add a new question, or you can choose from the question bank. The question bank that we saw when we were moving through our navigation. So you can add a new question, that's from scratch. You type in your question, or you add from question bank or a random question. So let's add a new question. There are various kinds of questions, as I mentioned. We've got calculated questions, calculated multi-choice, calculated simple. You can look through all of them. Let's just enter a simple multi-choice question. Add. And this is what we have, adding a multiple choice question. So we would have to give our quiz a name, because the name would help us recognize our question in the question bank, although it wouldn't appear in the quiz itself. So this is where we type the question test. Okay, so here we are about to add a question, our first question to our question bank. So first we'd have to input the question name. Note, the question name wouldn't appear in the question, but it will help us in identify the question in our question bank. So let's call this ICT introduction. Now, this is where the question itself would go, the question test. So, which of the following is a hardware? Then scroll down to our mark. The mark we want to allocate to that question is in here. We can input general feedbacks. Then for our multiple choice answers, we can choose to have only one answer or multiple answers allowed. And then we have the option of shuffling all our options. We also have the number of choices we want to get. Let's leave that at 3. You can see the options we have there. And the first option, let's call this Moodle. That's a wrong answer, so we leave the grade at none. Now let's input the right answer here for the second option. Let's call this keyboard, and we specify the grade for this, either 100%. Now when in cases where we have multiple choice answers, we could give each correct answer a percentage of the total mark. So since we are working with just one answer, we would have to specify 100% for the correct option. Let's give the last option in. Let's call this Office, Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office, and you leave that at none. Now let's come down and save changes and see how it would appear. Right, so we have this appear in our question, ICT knowledge test, and we've got 2 questions in here. ICT involves, ICT is made up of these 2 areas, and then which of the following is a hardware, the question we just set up. Then we can use this to shuffle the position of our question We can use this to insert page break or remove page break. Then if you want to preview the question, we click on this and then on the magnifying glass to preview our question. So this is how it would appear. Question 1 not yet answered. So you select the right option and then you submit. So this is how our questions will be given. So to create an assignment, we come back to our home page and make sure you turn on your editing on the administration block. When editing is turned on, you go to add an activity or resource, and then assignment is the first option we have on the menu. You can read through the tips that Moodle has provided and just click on the add assignment button. This will take you to the assignment creation page where you need to enter the assignment name. This is the name that you would use to identify your assignment in your collection. So let's call this assignment 1. Assignment 1. The description carries the body of the assignment. Whatever instruction you want to give out to your learners is all written in here in the description. So let's say write a proposal for introducing ICT into a basic school. Now, we've got our toolbox here where you can add links into your assignment. You can also add images as well as videos. When you scroll down, you get to see a file attachment option where you can just drag and drop your file in there so users can access these files in accessing the assignment. We've also got the assignment schedule. This is where you specify the submission. This is where you specify when the assignment should be open to your users, the due date for submission, as well as cutoff dates. We specify all this in here. We've got submission types where you specify the type of submission that users are supposed, whether it should be in the form of file attachments. We can also check the online text where users can enter text right into text editors. We can specify a word limit to that. The maximum number of uploads is down here, and then the file upload limit, taking note of the total 200 megabytes storage space Moodle has given you. So let's move on and save and see how our assignment will display. So this is how the assignment gets displayed. These are the assignment properties, the number of participants expected to take the assignment, those who have submitted, those who need grading, the due date, the time remaining to the due date. So we have all this here. So we are back to our home page. Now let's look at what a course is and how to add a new course to your LMS. To do this, you make sure editing is turned on. Then when you come to your administration block, you come to site administration and open up that option. When you scroll down, you get to see courses here. You click on the courses tab and then manage course category, add a category, restore a course, course default settings, course request, course backup, as well as upload courses. Let's go with manage course and categories. To do that, you just click on the link and then it opens up the course and category editing page. We have two main areas, the course category as well as the miscellaneous. The course category is a classification of all the courses that we would have. You realize that we've got the miscellaneous, and in the miscellaneous course category, we've got a course named Introduction to Moodle. This is a default setup and was created by Moodle. You can add a new course into the miscellaneous category as well as create a new category for yourself give it your own name and specifications, and then fill it with courses. So let's quickly add a new course to the miscellaneous category. To do this, we click on the create new course link here, and this opens up a page. In here, we do the general settings by specifying our course name. Let's call this Introduction to ICT. Introduction to ICT in Education. ICT in Education. Then the course category we want to have this is in the miscellaneous. We have that alone in that drop down because we have only one category. Visibility, we allow it to show. The course start date, you can specify that here. The course ID is usually not displayed in the course, and it's only useful when you are matching the course against external systems. So down here, we scroll down, you see the course description. So this is why you put the course summary. ICT in education is very essential in training teachers for the 21st century. Good. So we have our course description. You have the formatting tools here. You can add images or video files as well as attach files. Now, you can make time and explore all these features and see the options that you've got there. Let's save and display this and see how it would appear. Now, we have one more thing to do. We need to enroll users to this course. Now, we can see up here the course title as well as the number of users. We have 0 users enrolled. Now, if our learners had signed up to the system, we would have seen the display of their names. We search for a user and add them to the course or enroll them onto the course. So let's proceed to course content. So we have our course page and dates. We can add an activity. So we have a weekly schedule here from 14th to 20th May, 21st to 27th May, and we can add activities to all this. We can add a course activity or resource, and whatever you want to do, we have the menu here. We can edit our weekly activities. We edit the week. We can give a name to the week and then give a summary of the activities that we'll be doing in the week. So let's call this Introduction Week. Just get to know yourselves. So let's save this. And this is how it displays in our course page. Introduction week, just get to know yourselves. We can add an activity, add a quiz to that introduction week. So this is what we've got with adding a course. Now we are back on our home page. The next feature that I would like to look at is the gradebook. Now, to access the gradebook, we come to the administration block. Then to site administration, we click on the site administration button. Opens up, scroll down to grades. Now, because we've not got users enrolled on our platform yet, it will be difficult to see the full function of the gradebook. But we can see some features in here. To the general setting, we get to see our general settings in relation to grades, and every user that we get to see in our gradebook would have to get a role assigned to it, either as a manager, course creator, teacher, non-editing teacher, student, guest, probably a parent, authenticated user on front page, or whichever. By default, the role assigned to members on this page is the student role. You can read through all the other options, explore them and see how they work with the LMS. We've also got the grade category settings, where you get to specify the categories of your grading. your aggregation mode, available aggregation types. You can see them all: the mean grades, weighted mean of grades, simple weighted mean of grades with extra credits, median aggregate, lowest grade, and all others. You can explore this as well and see all the grading categories that they've got. We've also got the grade items, and with the grade items we see the grade display type. We've got some options there in the drop down. You can see and explore all those when you get users enrolled on your platform. We've also got the overall decimal points, the advanced grade options, and many other things for you to explore. We've got the scales where you get to specify your grade scales. You can add a new scale here, a new grading scale. Then we see how that works. Let's give our grading scale a name. Let's call this exams grade. Then with the scale defines the order of grading, and it gives a range of grading system from negative, that's the least, to the highest. So we get to specify our grade starting from the least, separated by commas. So you have very poor, then we have poor, average, good, very good, excellent. So we've specified our scale, and we can call this Likert scale. Sorry. Good. And save changes. So we've now created a new grading scale. We've also got the letters, so you can see that in here. You can add more, get rid of them. You can edit your scale. So that's how you manage grades. And when users get enrolled, you get to see more features as Moodle has. Now, our Moodle site can get interesting when we integrate multimedia files like videos, images, and many others. To do this integration, we would need to insert a video, upload a video directly from our hard drive, or embed video links from other servers. Because of the limited storage space we have, we are always careful with this, and Moodle has offered great features to do this. These options are almost always available whenever we try to add a new course or add an activity. But let's try this and see how it happens when we come to our page setup. In here, in our summary, page summary, we get to see 3 buttons to the extreme end. We have the image. We click on this, we browse our repository, select file upload, choose a file, and it opens up our hard drive for browsing. We can select a file that we want to upload. Select a file that we want to upload, and then we open it. This file can just get uploaded to our page by clicking the upload button. We've got a specified size in here. We can resize it as well by changing the values in here, and then we save image. This image then gets loaded into our page. In the case of videos, we go through the same process by just clicking on the video button. We have get access to the enter URL, where you can enter a video URL. This link was copied from YouTube. We enter the name of that video file. Let's call it Ernest Teaches, and then insert media. Let's save changes and see what comes up. So Moodle automatically goes to load the video from YouTube and embeds it into our site. In this way, we save space on MoodleCloud and get videos which have been saved on YouTube servers embedded into our site. Working with course reports, let's get back to our home page. One other feature Moodle offers is access to course reports. Now, course reports gives us report on all activities that go on within a course. We can find that in our site administration tab. When you scroll down into reports, you get to see reports on comments, backups, configurations changes, as well as many other options you've got in there. Moodle provides you reports on all this for you to see a breakdown of all things that have been going on your site. The next thing we'd like to look at is with how to enroll users to our platform. Having set up your platform, set all your courses and load your quizzes, we need to get users to our platform. To do this, so the next thing we'd like to look at is how to enroll users to our platform. To do this, we make sure our editing is turned on. We come to our site administration option. Click on that and we see the options roll down. Now, we come to the users link, we look at accounts and we see a list of options there. The first one is the browse list of users. When we click on that, it gives us the list of all users, their city or town, their country, the last access, and we can edit their options in here as the administrator. Now, we have also the option of adding new users from this point. So you click on the add new user button and it opens up the page for us to enter their details. So we can add a new user. We enter their first name, their surname, email address. So first name, let's say Kofi, surname Ganata, email address kofi@gmail.com. Then allow only other course members to see my email address, or you hide your email address from everyone. You can choose that option. The username already exists, so let's call this Kofi, and add new user. Good. So we have Kofi also in the list of our users. Now, we can enroll users to a course. To do this, we come to our courses tab, manage course and categories. Then we get to see our courses. Another way of getting into courses is through the course tab in the navigation block. So to do this, we click on our course and it opens up the course. When we come to our course, we come to the administration block, we can see the users tab again. Then we have enrolled users. We can add a new user to the course from this point. All we need to do is to click on enroll users here, and then we see the list of users. If we have our students sign up to the platform, we get to see them all here. We select the student and enroll. So we are enrolling Kofi Ganata to the platform, to the ICT course. Kofi has been enrolled. Let's enroll Noble as well and finish enrolling users. So we get to see the two of them in the course. That's how you get to enroll users to your course. Now, there are various enrollment methods. We've got the manual enrollment method as well as the self-enrollment. We've got two people enrolled manually. The self-enrollment is done by the student, where the student signs up into the course by themselves. The manual enrollment is when the administrator or the course tutor enrolls learners onto the course. So this is what we have on enrollment method. So our home page. The last activity for this tutorial is adding a forum. To do this, we add an activity just like how we added the assignments and the quizzes. We scroll down through the menu and you get to see forum. Select the radio button. You can read through the tips that we've got there and then click on add. It will open up the forum creation page where you give the forum a name. Let's call this self introduction. Description: introduce yourself to the class. Then we can display the description on the course page. Then forum type, we can specify a single simple discussion. Each person posts one discussion, like an introduction where you just sum up all the information you want other users to know about you and you post, and that will be once and for all. We can make a Q&A forum as well as all the other options there. When you have time, you can navigate through all these options and see the features that Moodle has got for you. Let's save this and see how our forum would be displayed. So, self-introduction, our forum has been created. We can now add a new discussion topic. So we give the new topic a subject. Let's call this the tallest student. Then the message: let's talk about the tallest in the class. You can add videos, add images, as well as embed links. Then post to forum. Your post was successfully added. So let's continue to our page. And we have the discussion created. We can get into the discussion to see what's going on in there. It was started by Noble. And if we get posts, we get to see them. We get to see them all threaded in the forum tab. We can delete, edit, reply a post in the discussion forum. So this brings us to the end of our Moodle site tutorial. Hope you subscribe to our channel for more tutorials on other LMS. So thank you for watching.